In the outer room? No, that was Brigade.
Yeah, it's Brigade.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who that? Robbo Ranx?
Yeah.
Robbo Ranx.
People, if you see the Queen happen to walk past and ask us excuses, only because we're using the Queen's Hotel. Landmark, Marylebone. Come on, Sasco. This is more than hoping, man. You made it, man. One of the birthplaces of your career has been the UK.
Yeah.
People latched onto Agent Sasco from early on.
Yeah, man, give thanks. And, of course, sharing the stage this weekend with Spragga, sort of, brought all of that, back to the fore for me in terms of, my first, few trips to the UK.
Yeah.
Was with Spragga Benz. And, of course, anybody who knows the story know how, important, Spragga has been to my journey. And so, being here again and having one of the, the best moments of this whole trip be, sharing the stage with him.
We remember those hectic Red Square parties. Hectic.
Yeah, man. Big up Toby Red.
Toby Red.
You don't know what the place is? Stratford Rex, man.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
And if it didn't have that Stratford Rex, it had to happen somewhere else. You know what I mean? But that's just the struggle, A lot of people see where you are now and they don't realize the struggle. And as you said, UK as one of the first places to embrace you, and you've had to put all that to one side and just come deal with the matter like you did this weekend in the UK. Man. Enough respect for passing through on my set, even though I wasn't around.
Yeah, no, we know the thing, guys. It's all craziness, and boy, let me tell you, Jano is an incredible thing, man. It's just people and the music and the vibe, and that's the most important thing. So I'm really happy someone come through and get full of vibe.
Definitely left their impression in the street. All right, so now we need to leave that impression, as you do when you make these moves. New album about to drop.
No, my brother Snow Corner, that's a release.
New release, I know that one there, because somebody burned me out already, but
yeah, man.
Yeah,
so man
new
said
release.
Album can drop and I get up.
There you go. So new release, Hope River.
Yes, sir.
I know. I saw the title track, and obviously because I know of your roots from Kentire and that little river I run from, Gaston, Papine. But why the title Hope River?
Yeah, so a part of it clearly is because I grew up next to the Hope River, and if you look even at the album cover, it's a picture of me at 10 years old. Very much in the midst of that experience, and the name of the river is Hope River, and the word hope is in there.
Yeah.
And this album and a lot of what I want my work to represent, moving forward along this journey that I've now come to accept and appreciate as, what I want my contribution to be. Hope is a very big part of that, and just motivation and, giving people something more than just music. And, this album, speaking about my experience along the Hope River, but at the same time, there is hope within the story. And so it's Hope River and it's a river of hope at the same time.
Putting together that album, you've been doing that from a very young age.
Yeah.
Your first album, we remember the album sleeve, Assassin, VP Records back in the day, to where you are now. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of thought and a lot of music and a lot of time's gone in between those albums.
My career started when I was still a teenager, and being at VP and doing those projects, I learned a lot within that time. And over the years it has been my first album came out 2005, so that's 13 years from my first release. It's certainly a lot has changed since then. But most importantly now is that I'm doing well. First of all, I'm more clear in terms of who I am as a person and what I want my music to represent. And then outside of that, I am the executive producer for my last two albums, and very much the direction and everything stops with or starts with what I want to do and what I want my work to represent. And so there's much more freedom in that.
We saw it from your last album. Obviously, you took a lot of control of the album from top to bottom, and it clearly defined a sound,
beginning to end.
Yeah, it had.
Oh, I hombre.
All right. Good thing this interview is with Sasco, not with Popcorn, because it would have wide the whole way through. But as I was saying, you clearly, there's clearly something about the direction of where you're going with your music, and getting there is the key, is to get that get that definitive sound.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans out there who know Assassin from 2005 and obviously from
2001.
Well, I'm talking about from the albums,
okay.
From listening to your tracks, because 2001, it was that hardcore DJ in the street. And between 2001 and 2005, the only way you were going to really, really recognize how tough this DJ was, you had to cut the dub plates.
Oh.
So we knew between them time there and then the first album drop with VP to where you are now. Is it been a challenge to kind of keep your fans on side, so to speak?
Well,
when you got an idea in your head, but they've got an idea of where Sasco should be.
Yeah, all right, so you know what? I think you're perfectly right. It is the absolute best question you could ask, because that has been the challenge. And I wouldn't say it's to keep the fans, whatever. It's for me to identify, what I wanted to do. And my roughest times in music, even when I was having, relative success, at the time, I wasn't being fulfilled particularly, and it came along with a great level of frustration, and I guess some other things wrapped up in that, and just you're having success, but you're wondering why is it that you're not feeling a certain way along with that, because you just can't be fulfilled if you're not doing exactly what you feel for do from in. So as Jermaine would have said from Penthouse them time there, you have to do things with your heart in the right place. And so a big part of what I've had to do over the years, and it's just through time and as I said, learning myself as a person, and then just committing to that in a real way, is now I start to find that, all right, I'm going to define what it is my contribution is to be with music. And I still have people said, day by day, say, John Star, I love the new thing them in a Sasco, but I drop back to them thing there. I appreciate that, but the truth of the matter is, my career started when I was 17. I'm twice as old now, with new responsibilities and just a new perspective. And while I appreciate all of those things and that being a part of my journey, as many people are comment about me and Spragga being on the stage and see the real dancehall thing. That's dancehall has been a part of me from myself, and it have that can never change. That is like say you want to rewind time and change who your parents are. That's just impossible. So dancehall will always be a part of me, and that sort of presentation and texture. Winning right now is maybe not on paper, but is my biggest song to date. Because it's.
You feel like is that the biggest song to date? Winning right now.
I want to say, and like I said, not on paper. But
in the hearts?
Yeah, and for what it represents for me.
Okay.
In terms of demographic-wise, I can't remember having a song that from baby to grandpa.
Yeah. I can remember a few songs.
No, but here's the difference. No. You
I
can
play some songs
tell me
I
them,
can play
them.
to my mother.
Yeah, no, you can play them and then we appreciate them. But me I talk about song what it in the dance hall, where man turn on them light and bust forward and throw down money, pull up and them thing there.
So you've had a whole heap of songs like that.
But no man, of course. But when I say just follow the reasoning and give thanks. But I want you to follow the reasoning. I can't remember having a song.
He's gonna convince me. All right, go on.
No, and it is great that we're disagreeing on this, which means I'm gonna do some work. Seeing?
Definitely.
But so what the song represent for me is there's a song where a man did tell me when I mix the song down a big yard say, I like it still, but that can't play in a dance. See? So, wow. Somebody did say that to me. One of the man who was supposed to know the streets and thing. Anyhow, but so the same song become a song that is played in the dance hall on a nightly basis, in the root and the deepest, most authentic part of the dance hall. And, as I say, forward and light and pull up and everything. And the same song, people sing it at them graduation, right? Teacher line up picnic at school and say, this is what I want to go and sing when you line up for graduate. Seeing? They have the same song where you have, what you call it, a contest and like rising, what's the name? All together sing. And, at school come sing it.
So basically saying it's the song that has had the widest appeal.
Thank you,
for
sir.
Agent Sasco. Well, you never said it in the first place.
Then you see
sometimes the reasoning take time. It take time. It's definitely one of the songs, but the whole production. Obviously, we've seen that you put a studio together, which I thought was really quick, because I remember when you said you were starting it and to where you are now releasing music. Yeah. How was that journey putting that project together? Because everybody's I'd hope people are right now getting focused towards ownership, getting focused towards having your own, being that, controlling your plans? I mean, you could have easily left in and be one of those artists that just work out everybody's studio.
Once again,
when that inspiration come, what happened there?
So once again, going back to, committing to what I feel my purpose is and my contribution is to be in this music. You can start recognizing the different components that you'll need to accomplish that, and certainly having a studio is a absolutely essential, most critical, unavoidable reality in order to get this thing done. Like, you can't do it without it.
Yeah.
In terms of working on Reggaetivity, the studio wasn't done at the time, and just going through that, I recognize that, all right, I'm moving in the direction that I want to, but this is a key component that is missing. So for example, you get a vibe. Yo, you wake up with an idea. You call to your musician brethren. Yo, Flubs, John, I'm find the wickedest thing. Yo, I'll hear that thing here. What you think? I send it on a voice note. Boom, you send a voice note. The man said, dog, this gone. I work on the bass line right now. I say, all right, yo, I get some time down such studio. Hello, always stay at 2 o'clock when I come through. No, 2 o'clock book out. All right, what time I can get? 7:30. John, 7:30. One second. Flubs, you stay for 7:30. No, I'm not good 7:30,
Yeah.
And then, next thing you know, you have this brilliant idea, everybody energized and ready to go, can't get in the studio. So what you find, you have to do now, is try summon your creativity whatever time the studio available. And Robot, my brethren, sometimes you just don't know the vibe right now, and you know what I mean? So you find that naturally in a creative process, having access to somewhere where you can create when you feel into and just in a more seamless manner, then that definitely will lend itself to just a better vibe overall. And then there's so much more about it. I mean, you can go through 1,000,001 ways of how just more how better it is. I mean, it's in my basement, so I'm recording in my pajamas. You know what I mean? It's just comfortable. There's nobody that can just pop up unannounced.
I see. I do a couple radio shows in my pajamas too.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then my next component, which is absolutely important to me as well. I'm there working in the afternoons, and when the kids come from school, them just come in, hey daddy, and it's just a different vibe again, and them listen, and them, you know what I mean? There's just no way around that, and it allows me to wear many hats at the same time, so I can be working.
Which takes the stress off a lot of things.
You know what I mean? Definitely. I don't have to, because a lot of it was a running joke one at the time in the industry. So once the sun, I go down Sasco, I go home, and whereas some people might find it funny and blah blah blah. At the time, I want to be a part of my kids' life. And if me go home every time and them gone at them bed, then when me I go see them.
True.
You know what I mean? So for real, me used to try to get home, in our time before me know see them go sleep and thing.
Tell us about your own brand as well. I see you rocking the Agent Sasco brand. I've got something for you in a minute. But
of course.
I see you rocking a brand.
Yeah.
Tell me about the brand now.
Yeah, well, it's self-explanatory. It's the A.S. Agent Sasco. See it there? My daughter said, Daddy, you need to make these rings. Merch, Daddy, merch. It's the future. Anyway, but yeah, so right now, we're just just a whole vibe, and it's a natural, part of the whole process, I guess. But we're not trying. You see, the thing is, I'm not trying to sell people nothing.
No, of course. Listen, I know you don't have to explain that. I've experienced it with artists and myself. You're not trying to sell people. If people want to be a part of it,
thank you.
You just let them be a
part
of it.
Of course, and so we share that with them. So how much of them cap exist right now?
One.
Good. But guess what? Because people start to say, we need another cap. Yeah. Then so I fix things right now. So when the album goes live on the 31st, on the website you'll be able to order, your caps and your t-shirts and thing, and then outside of that we'll grow it from this one. So
pre-order the hat too when you see it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Sasco, it's been a great catching up with you. Album and more Sasco live is what you clearly saw on Monday coming to the carnival. So we need the show.
Let me tell you something.
That show.
Let me tell you something. So I fix things on a level where anybody who know and love reggae and dancehall music over the last 15, 17 years, will know that, I've contributed, and, more than anything, I'm still growing and still, challenging myself to that, and just just very grateful for the opportunity to grow over the years. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people get a chance to do that, and so I really give thanks, and I don't take nothing for granted. I don't feel like anybody owe me anything, so it's just an absolute blessing to be able to still be here and doing music that people care about. That being said, I know also that all of the work that I've done before is you could call it merely the preparation for the work that we need for the moving forward, and I'm very excited about that. And that means the next time we come through London and Oprah done so keen and flowing, showtime.